Hello and welcome to Cali Legends Media. Okay, so today we're gonna do a little something different. I'm gonna do a reaction video to this young man right here. He's had a channel now, maybe going on like 6 months. He's had some interesting content, but a lot of his content's been about, honestly, it's been about Dubs and Gunners Collective. Okay, that's mostly who he was talking about in the beginning. He's still throwing shit that way or whatever. I mentioned this when he had first started this channel, and I was kind of happy to see him start going in another direction because it was interesting. He does interesting content sometimes. But we're gonna go ahead and go through this video that he put out. It's a very short video. Nevertheless, I want to go through it. Uh, let's just do it. Let's just do it. This is my first time doing this. Let's just do the damn thing, right? Okay, so here we go.
So my videos aren't to glorify gangs. They're not to encourage people to drop out. And they're not to get people to join gangs.
Okay. It's a short video, so I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop it at I don't know if it's gonna be several points, but wherever I want to make a point, okay. So, like I said, since he started, or when he started, it was mostly to attack Gunners Collective. Now, the young man here is with Gunner's ex-girlfriend, and so they got personal things going on, and they got some legal issues that they have to deal with. I'm not going to mention them because one of my recommendations was to keep this stuff off of YouTube. Not only because for the young lady involves peace of mind, but it just didn't belong there. And he does a pretty good job of kind of staying away, but he keeps going back to Gunner, going back to Doves, and like that shit's played out already, in my opinion. Like, it's exhausting, man. Every other channel you go to is trying to say something about them two cats. Like, we heard it all already. Ya estuvo. Let's move on. Let's talk about some other stuff. So he mentions that a lot of people's videos are about one thing, and in this statement, he says that his videos are about showing young people not to be involved with gangs, not to join gangs and stuff, not to encourage them to drop out. This guy, he's had some people from organizations speak on his channel with real no lesson in the end, as far as trying to prevent people from joining gangs or being involved with gangs, or even to prevent people from going to prison. But he says his videos are have a different approach. It's to get people not to join gangs. Okay.
My videos are simply for providing the reality of what you have to look forward by joining a gang.
Okay, that's true. Because when he does make a video, he does show the reality of gang life. He's made some videos about some people that are testifying, and that's, I guess, part of gang life. The negative side of somebody going that route. He did some videos about his nephew getting unalived. Well, it's his wife's nephew, but through marriage, right? His nephew also getting unalived. Um, and I guess that would have like a negative impact on kids that haven't joined a gang and see something like that happening to a young man that was involved. But in the end, I'm going to get to my point in this video that he made, and my point of doing a reaction. Okay, but let's hear some
or
more.
the repercussions you then suffer by dropping out of a gang. The intention of my videos is to get parents to understand why kids join gangs and how to prevent their child from joining a gang.
I've never heard any content from this channel address any of those issues. But if that's his intent of creating this channel, hey, kudos to him. You know what I mean? Um, I hope in the future we see some of that because that's important, you know. And if he's going to join in this battle against our kids going taking the wrong path, yeah, I welcome him, you know, completely. But let's see what else he has to say here.
Not to encourage them to make their child or children drop out from gangs, because that's one of the worst things that you could do for your child.
Okay. The worst thing you could do for your child is to encourage him to drop out of a gang or get out of a gang. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a little story, okay? That involved myself and my dad. Okay. My dad was Lucky from Primera Flats. He had a long gang history growing up. I met a lot of people that knew my dad. Um, so I didn't just hear stories from my dad. I heard stories from my homeboy's parents that knew my jefito that ran with him, Primera Flats, you know? So I know he was legit. Now, my dad was determined to keep me out of joining my neighborhood, you know? The first time I came home, my homeboys rushed me in the barrio. What rush you into the barrio means that you're hanging around with your homeboys, you're backing up the barrio, and one day they ask you, "Hey, fool, you want, you know, you're gonna get in the barrio, fool? What? Yeah, pull in the room," and they just fucking they give it to you. They start, "Hey, homie, you're a homeboy now. You're from the barrio." Boom, shake, handshakes and hugs. Y todo el pedo, right? Well, when I went home from one of those occasions, my jefito told me, "What happened?" I says, "Well, you know, the homeboys jumped me into the barrio." What? What do you mean they jumped you in? And I told him, you know, more or less what happened. And he says, "Oh, yeah? All right. Well, come on. You're going to get out of the barrio." I'm like, "What?" He says, "Yeah, come on." And he knew where my homeboys, he hung around with my homeboys, you know what I mean? With my older homeboys. But he knew where the youngsters hung around. And he took me over there. And he would say something like, "All right, you guys jump this fool in. Who wants to get him out?" Everybody's hands. They just want to they want to fucking chuck them, you know. They want to show their machismo, you know. "All right, you three, get him out. He's not gonna be from no gang." And there I go again. Okay, happened 3 times when my dad was alive. Okay, and I respected my dad. I looked up to my dad, you know. And my dad made me give him a promise that these guys didn't know about, but he made me give him a promise not to join a gang as long as he was alive. This is what he said to me. He says, "Mijo, I'm not the best father, okay? And I know maybe I don't help you the way I should or guide you the way I should, but I want to ask you one thing. Don't ever get in a gang as long as I'm living and walking this earth. Give that to me," he told me. He said, "As long as I'm alive, just let me know and feel that I did that much for you to keep you out of getting involved with gangs." So I told my feet, "All right, Dad, yeah, I'll do that. You know, I'll give that to you, Pops." Well, the day of my dad's wake, I got into my neighborhood. So I didn't get jumped. My homeboys didn't do anything but come up to me and say, "Hey, homie, you always been a homeboy," and start shaking my hands, giving me hugs, and that's the way that shit went down. I got into my barrio on my terms with handshakes and hugs. Okay. And there was just only one homeboy there. I got a lot of respect for him. My homeboy Little Ray, he just got out of YA that didn't like it. He didn't know me, he didn't know nothing about me, but he didn't like the idea. And we ended up getting down. that night 3 times. Anyways, so in response to this man's suggestion here, saying like that's the worst thing a parent could do for a child. Nah, man, my dad was in the right track because all my life was filled with some crazy ass shit where I could have lost my life, I could have lost my freedom, and let's just say uh, other people's lives could have been lost, you know. So my dad was on the right track. I think homie right here, he's a little bit off, saying keep your kids out of gangs. Hey, if you could do it at any cost, handle that shit. You know what I mean? Get them in school. You know, get them doing something productive in their lives, man. Where that kind of life isn't attractive to them. That they see something better. And if you have to, man, take them down there and tell them, hey, man, nah, Charlie, my kid's not gonna be from a barrio. Get them out. Let him. An ass kicking ain't gonna mean nothing. You know what I mean? And do what you can. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Maybe he'll go behind your back the same day and get in the barrio and never tell you. But do what you can to keep him out. So I disagree with this man here. Uh, if he's already if he's already a grown man and he's already doing his thing, it's too late then. You got to catch them when they're kids, when they're just starting off. You understand? Once they're in the mix, they're involved, then yeah, it's a bad idea to encourage them dropping out. And you know, all you could do is just pray for them and tell them to stay safe, man. You know, then you give them a different type of clecha about keeping their head on a swivel and you know, at some point making a decision to start, especially if they have kids, man. You know, you could put that on them, man. Take care of your kids first and then worry about that and make that your priority. Taking care of your kids, getting securing a career, blah 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 blah. You know, so you know you'd still encourage them not to literally uh, get out, but take a different route. Take care of your kids first, because man, anybody who respects that, a homie that takes care of his kids first, and then handles whatever he's got to handle, huevo, because he stepped up. Once you step up, hey, you know you grow into that. That's your life, you know. So you parents, if you could do anything to prevent your kids at a very young age and stop them from joining, stop them. If they just barely getting in and you find out, man, go snatch them up, man, and get them back out and take your kid home and do what you can with them. You know, he might be talking about after somebody goes in jail, gets involved in a whole different trip, and then encouraging them to drop out. You know, yeah, they're gonna that's gonna be a serious situation for them at that point. So as parents, we got to do our jobs early in the game.
Purpose of these is so that people understand it's the parents' fault or the family's fault why their kid joins a gang.
Now,
And most of the time it's because they're looking for love that they're not getting at home.
okay, I guess some people do that. I've heard it on YouTube. I've heard in different interviews that, oh yeah, I joined the gang because there was no love in my home, and I was searching for love. I was searching for a male figure. I was searching for this and that. Man, I had all that at home. That had nothing to do with why I joined my barrio when I joined it. First of all, I didn't join because I made that promise to my dad, and when I did it because I grew up with these guys, man, and I just loved. I had love for them, and I loved being with them, and I like doing the things that we did together, man. We had fun. We were on the boulevard partying, and you know, and when somebody challenged one of us, they challenged all of us. I liked all that. That's why I got involved. These were my friends from elementary, you know. So I don't understand all of that. Oh, there was no love in the house. Oh, we were searching for something more. I don't get it. You know, maybe for some people they do that. You know, I don't know. I can't understand that because I don't think that that's the majority of the people in my barrio. I don't think that had nothing to do with why we came together and we became who we became. We did that out of love and respect for one another, and yeah, we grew up together, man. We grew up here. This was our this is our neighborhood. So I don't understand that. Maybe homie didn't, maybe that was homie's excuse for going where he's been, because you look at all the tattoos and everything, all that going on. I guess there's a lot of going on in his life. I don't know, man. But anyways, let's see. I don't want to. I'm not putting dude down. It's just that I don't understand that statement one bit. Maybe that does happen to some people because they do say that on YouTube. I've heard that from people, and I guess people do that. But that's not everybody, and it's not always a parent's fault. Sometimes a parent does everything he can to keep their kids from not joining a gang, and the kid's still gonna do what a kid's gonna do. Even my mom even wanted to move one time to Oregon. She took me out of all her kids. She took me up there to go look at a house up there. We were gonna sell our house here in Maravilla and move to Oregon. Her idea was to just get us all out of the hood, man, before her prediction for me was that I was going to die in prison. Okay, I'm still alive, and I pray to God that her prediction don't come true. But that was her prediction for me. One day she told me like how her kids were going to pass, and so far two of my brothers passed, like she said. And I pray to God, man, and I rebuke that lying devil that I'm going to die in prison. I'm not going to die in prison. I'm going to die in my bed, surrounded by my family and my loved ones. So that's a lie of the devil. Anyways, yeah. Let's listen to some more of this. Let's
It's not because, oh, that's their friends and stuff like that. No, they're reaching out because there's something missing in their life at home, and they're trying to find it elsewhere.
Okay.
That's the purpose of these videos. Some of these content creators are doing selfish things by trying to get your kids to drop out. They're trying to get the target off their back by getting as many dropouts into the street as they can.
Okay. I don't know why old boy said this. Like, if you got a target on your back, doing all that ain't gonna help you, and everybody knows that. The only one that I know are bent on getting people to drop out is like Renegade Media, maybe Boxer from Paradigm Media. I don't know if there's more. You guys let me know in the comment section. But everybody else is more on prevention, man, and keeping the kids from even going there and showing them a better way, man. Get a career, man. Make some real money and do the damn thing, and enjoy the world, man, and the life and all the beautiful things that it has to offer us, man. Find a beautiful woman and have kids and extend your family and your legacy, all these things, rather than putting guns in their hands and pointing the way and all that. Anyways, yeah, I don't. They could encourage as many dropouts as they want. If they got a target in their back, it's not going to do nothing to help them or lessen the chance. And I'm sure they're aware of it. I don't know why this was said. I wish I could understand it. Maybe somebody could explain to me what he meant in the comment section, because I don't get it. Like, how would that work for somebody?
Thinking that, okay, now they're not to be a target. What they fail to realize is that's making them an even bigger target. Because now they got these people encouraging all these kids to drop out, going against what these gangs are fighting for. And you're putting your kids in risk, and these content creators are putting kids at risk. These content creators need to stop and think about what they're doing. Stop being selfish and start realizing that the risk that they're putting these kids into is death. They know because they're in hiding. They know what happens by them dropping out. They know what happens by having others drop out. But they don't care. All they're worried about is if there's this many dropouts in the street, odds are they might not catch me. So you guys need to pay attention to what you're saying. Parents need to pay attention to what is going on in their home. and see why your kid feels like there's something missing from their life and what's drawing them to try to hang out with these gangsters or thinking about joining gangs.
Okay, look, I'm gonna back homeboy up on this one, okay? Because a lot of times kids do go out in the street because their parents are strung out on drugs, they're getting high, you know, kids are getting treated badly. And yeah, they do they'd rather be with their friends and doing their own thing than be in their own home. So I can see that. So yeah, I guess yeah, there was a time in my life when I didn't think about that with my own kids, you know. I was too busy doing my life, doing my thing, and acting the fool, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna back them up on this one. Everybody should take a look at what's going on with their kids, with their families, and anything that might be pushing their kids out, you know, and anything that might be lacking in their lives that you might be able to provide for them, you know. So yeah, I could see that what he's saying. I could understand what he's saying there.
That's the truth to it. It's nothing else. That's it.
Okay, so this video wasn't to uh, start any type of beef with dude or anything. It's just that when I listened to it in its entirety, it seemed like he was kind of saying that his videos were meant to do a certain job, and I watch his channel, you know. Um, well, I click on it and I watch it, and if it's something that catches my attention, I'll watch it, you know. And it's at any point I get disenchanted, I change the channel, you know. So I haven't really seen him really talk about trying to prevent kids from joining gangs or prevent kids from going to prison and living that lifestyle. I guess that was his intention, maybe, but I don't see that come across very strongly on the channel. Maybe it's me. Maybe I missed it for not watching the videos all the way to the end. I don't know. Because a lot of the videos I did, I would get comments that it was just boasting about uh, the life that I lived, and I was trying to relive my life and all this. But people wouldn't watch the video to the end, and usually that's where my message was. So that could be the case with my opinion as far as his videos go, because a lot of times I don't watch until the end. Uh, in any case, I'm going to try to go back and go through some of his videos and see what's really going on. You know, if he's on that trip as far as saving the youth, and yeah, I have no problem with anybody or any channel that does that because it's all about prevention, really. Once they get so deep into something, it's nothing but detrimental to their health and their life for them to dip out, you know, especially if they've made commitments and oaths. Then you do what you got to do and you finish that out, and that's just the way of the world, you know. But in any case, I'm gonna end this video. This was actually an experiment for me. You guys know I don't usually do reaction videos with an actual video. This is my first one, so I wanted to see how this worked out. Anyways, you guys let me know in the comment section what you think about this content and what I said regarding the things that old boy said. Um, I'm trying to remember the name of his channel, man. I had it, but it's something like Cali certified, Cali certified media or Cali certified, yeah, Cali certified media. I think it is. Uh, check him out. He has a lot of content now. A lot of it's about Gunner and Doves, you know, but he has other stuff, and he he uh, he shows a lot on his channel. He shows a lot of people, documents. You know, he's real good at using the technology to explain what he wants to talk about. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope to see you on the next one. And I hope I get better at this for damn sure. God bless you. Stay free. Keep your head up. And I hope to see you on that next video. Thank you very much.